Welcome back. You're watching Newsx. I am Rishabh Gulati. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the middle of a moment of immense seriousness and gravity. In this moment, there is a lot of speculation, there is a lot of information floating about, and it is our responsibility to ensure that we take some care and caution because of the seriousness of what is taking place. In India's governance institutions, we are served by a legislative from within which is selected an executive. This is supplemented by the judicial, and we are told that the fourth pillar, the fourth estate, is the media. We have equal responsibility to take care that speculation, hyperbole, rumor does not get the best of us, especially in the mainstream media, and at the same time to address with seriousness and gravity difficult conversations that need to be had. And trust me, this is going to be a very difficult conversation. Now, on public record, which means in terms of a filed complaint, a diary entry which is verifiable, an FIR, an inquiry, a public statement by any official speaking in their capacity, our information is very, very limited. The suggestions are being made that an incident reported a few days ago from the official residence of a Delhi High Court judge pertaining to a minor fire, that's what we know. Everything beyond that is in the realm of source-based information. And I want to highlight that because seasoned people holding positions of responsibility will now have to address the country, address the people on what is exactly taken place. It is the need of the hour to await carefully considered factual information before we devolve ourselves into what we think or what we guess might have happened. I'm putting these caveats at the very onset because that's where the position stands right now. This is rapidly evolving and rapidly changing. So what is the sequence of events? We know that an advocate has gone before the Delhi High Court suggesting that a matter has taken place at the residence of a sitting Delhi High Court judge, in which purportedly after an event of a minor fire, cash, monies, banknotes have been spotted at the residence. We know that the Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court has said that they are seized of the matter and the concerned judge is seized of the matter. That's where things stand on record. Neither the Delhi Fire Service, nor the Delhi Police, nor the Delhi High Court, nor the Collegium, not the Chief Justice of India or any other moment person of authority has spoken on record on details of what exactly has transpired. We are given to reliably understand that these matters are very seriously being examined and investigated. The concerned judge is not available to communicate his position or his defense. He might do so at a certain time and date, but at the present moment, he has not gone on record, he has not spoken publicly, and been incommunicado to any initiatives made to reach out to him or his office. This is where things stand. Now, with great gravitas, let us try to examine Because if indeed it is true that large amounts, and your definition of large and my definition of large can vary, but large amounts of cash monies have been recovered, seen, videographed, photographed from a residence of a High Court judge in the national capital, that itself is a concerning matter. We do not know what was the genesis of any such purported cash spotted, seen, photographed or videographed by any individuals, fire service or otherwise, at that residence without having seen or been privy to the investigations either conducted under the ambit of a High Court inquiry or a Supreme Court inquiry, or indeed by the Delhi police. But if it is true, obviously it's a serious matter. What is the source of these banknotes is currently a matter of speculation. I am sure there will be versions which are available from both the concerned party and others who will eventually look into this matter. But the matter exists, and therefore it requires mature conversation. The members of our judiciary enjoy special protection under something called the Judges Protection Act. The Judges Protection Act, ladies and gentlemen, as things stand, which was promulgated, dates back to an initial piece of legal precedent which goes back to the 1850s. There is a reason that judges are offered protection, like civil service officers are offered protection, so that they can conduct in their duty on their own free will without any pressure. This is a fundamental pillar of India's independent judiciary. But there is a caveat. Because the protection is very strong, as it should be, there has never been a case, at least to my knowledge, and there are more seasoned members of India's judicial family sitting with us, but there has never been, to my knowledge, an instance of a successful impeachment of a judge of either the Supreme Court or the High Court, or at least of the High Court that I know of. I think if indeed such a procedure were to take place, it would be unprecedented, at least at the High Court level. The Supreme Court, or the Judges Collegium that appoints the judges in this country and transfer the judges from various high courts, in its immediate capacity of powers, once appointed, to the best of my knowledge, a judge until the date of his or her retirement cannot be removed. They can merely be transferred. The removal of a judge at the High Court level can only take place through a presidential order mandated by an Act of Parliament. It's a very complex procedure which we will discuss for our knowledge and for public information. We don't know yet whether such an item is being considered by any authority capable of moving such a motion. We do not know if it will be considered, but we do know that there is an issue, and the highest judicial officers of the land are seized of this issue and are taking it seriously. So now let's open up this conversation. Like I said, let's be careful, let's be mature about it, but at the same time, let's not shy away from it. Okay. Javed is joining us now on the broadcast. Sambhav is joining us now on the broadcast. Javed will give us some information on what we know is on the official record of any investigation. Sambhav is going to try to now put some puzzle pieces together for us. Now, Sambhav, what do we know that's on the record? We know an advocate has gone this morning and raised this issue before the Delhi High Court Chief Justice. What has happened?
Well, absolutely, Rishabh. As you rightly said, that we cannot shy away from this. We'll have to report it, and we are trying our level best to report as accurately as we can on this story, because its story is doing the rounds and it's everywhere. It's the topmost story of the country, and also as per the highly placed sources in the Supreme Court, I can say, as per the sources, highly placed sources of the top court of the country. Supreme Court's five-judge collegium unanimously resolved to recommend the transfer of Justice Varma from the Delhi High Court
Okay,
to
now
his
I want to be
appearance High Court.
careful. Has such a transfer been notified? Is it publicly available, and
No,
has it been communicated to the judge? Do we know any of these matters?
absolutely. See, we do not have, the official confirmation as such,
Okay.
but these are the credible sources from which I'm saying. See, the following adverse reports about the recovery of the cash during a fire at this judge residence. As per these highly placed sources, Supreme Court Collegium recommended a transfer of the judge, and also although it's not confirmed yet, but an inquiry has also been initiated against the particular judge, Justice Yashwant Varma, by the Supreme Court. And
Okay, Sambhav, now it is the prerogative of the court whether to make this information public, at what stage to make it public, make what information public. It's at the prerogative of the officers of the courts. Are we expecting that officially an inquiry would be announced publicly sometime today, tomorrow? Are we expecting this to be officially communicated to the people?
Well, we are very much expecting that some Supreme Court official will come up in media, in public, or some official document will come up in public suggesting the same, what you are exactly saying. However, for the time being, we have source-based information, or very credible source-based information, wherein transfer of Justice Yashwant Varma is initiated, and also an inquiry about the whole case, about the whole matter, following the adverse reports about the recovery of cash during a fire at his residence.
Okay, so now let's